Hi guys, so I am back from my first semester of college, super exciting, and I guess I just wanted to talk about how it went as an art student. So I'll show some of my work and I'll talk about it. Hopefully this is helpful for anyone in the future or you find this entertaining, whichever works. So let's get right into it. One thing that does suck is my room. My room is so bare because I brought everything to college, but it's chill. Okay, so here's my portfolio. Anyone going to college and they ask you to get one of these to carry your work, don't get a paper one like I did, okay? Because it's gonna rain one day and you're gonna be going home to your dorm and you're gonna be fighting for your life because this thing's getting soaked. I'm not talking from experience or anything, but I just heard that from a friend or something, so. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty heavy. The first art class that I'm taking in the first semester is Drawing Fundamentals, which is still life. Still life only. Well, we did two kind of unique assignments other than still life. One was perspective, and then the other was drawing a tree with texture. So we were told to get newsprint, which is a really thin paper to do our thumbnail sketches on. And we were told to get Strathmore paper, which is the fancy paper. Nice and smooth, not super thick, but it's just nice, you know. I'll show you some of my sketches on here. Okay, I got it all set up so you can see. So the first thing we did was really just practice doing outlines and figuring out line weight and like actually getting the composition lines down. Figure out how to make a bottle look like a bottle. You know, make sure you do circles. Make sure it's symmetrical, and it was all basic stuff. Just stuff that's either on its side or just upright. Very simple. And we just kept doing that. Okay, we just kept at it. Okay. Some of these are done. Most of these are done with charcoal pencil, I will say. The first assignment we did. Hopefully I can find it. So this was either the first or one of the first. Okay. Oh, you cannot see that at all. This is my drawing easel. If you couldn't tell. And this was the table. This is the cloth. You know, very basic stuff. And you'll see how I've actually improved. So then after we did that assignment, he was like, let's up it up a notch. So he started putting cylindrical things on their sides. We have this more complicated object. This is like a light bulb. Here's a better example. Okay, we had some funnels. This is a disc. Then he wanted us do complex forms now instead of a whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. And here's it again with this like drill thing. We did a lot of thumbnail sketches to figure out the composition of our final assignment. This was the sketch of the complex forms assignment. Okay. Okay, and here is the finished sketch. Sketch finished. I had to draw this little Elmo. That's Elmo. That's a Gromit or whatever the fuck. I don't know who that guy is. It's a trash can guy. This was a tough assignment for me, mostly because of this goddamn thing. Fuck that thing. Okay. Other than that, it was chill. Also, I was one of the few people that did the fabric here that has stripes on it. That he was like, you did a good job. A lot of people would avoid that and not draw it in. I'm like, well, I like to challenge myself, so fuck you. I'm doing it. It's okay. You know, it's not the most amazing thing, but it's a still life, so whatever. To actual complex forms. Okay, this is complex forms. To Electric Boogaloo. Okay. He had a shit ton of like animal skulls, pelvic bones, shoes, plants, you know, all the mix, okay? So we did a lot of sketches of this. There's another one. I can't even tell what's going on in this. Hold on. I don't fucking know what's going on. They had a mannequin head, not a mannequin head, a bust of a man that I kind of wanted to draw, but also kind of didn't want to draw. And this was a boxing glove, tennis ball. This is a boot. This is, I don't know, cloth. I don't know. This is an animal skull as well. Here is another sketch. There was a huge fabric here. Here's a, you can't see it. Here you can see the little skull. Here's a high heel. This was like one of those fucking gourds. This is a gourd. This is, I don't really know. This is the boot as well. This is a hat. Oh, this was done in one line only. Oh, he made us do an exercise of one line only. So I did this in one line the best I could. Okay. Now this is one I'm pretty proud of. So after we did a bunch of sketches and exercises, then it was a final assignment. And this is mine. Oh, look at how beautiful this is. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is so cool. Look at this giant pelvic bone. I don't know what animal it belongs to. I honestly thought it was a skull, but then he was like, that's a pelvic bone. I was like, oh, shit. So we got this giant pelvic bone. We got flowers coming out of it. I set this up all myself. There's a bowl. Here's a pear. There's a skull. Here's a shoe. This is like a vertebrae or some shit. This is a giant nose model that he had on a giant square. This is like a thread. This is like a piece of driftwood. And there's a little horsey right behind it. And you can see its shadow right here and its little legs. I'm pretty proud of this. This is when we're starting to actually get into like shading. Okay. Really into the value. And I'm pretty proud of that nose. Goddamn. And I'm honestly proud of everything here. Then we moved on to real charcoal. Okay, we got the charcoal sticks. And he was like, do it with no precise lines. So we did some exercises. This is the nose that is in that previous. This is lips. This is a pumpkin, you know. This was all done with a charcoal stick. Just trying my best to block it. And this is another animal skull. Then he wanted us to do subtractive drawing, which I did the mid-tone where we would... Sorry, guys. The charcoal stick were a sensory nightmare, okay? So imagining doing this shit again. Oh, we had to cover it all in charcoal and then rub it with paper towels. Terrible. Then for that, this was what I did. This was my subtractive drawing assignment that I finished. Look at how beautiful that, beautifully rendered. I think I could have done better, like, if I had an idea of how much he wanted, like, done. But here is the nose again. There's another lip thing. There's this little crack that's there. And I'm like, that's so cool. Here's a little flower. Here's the fake bird, obviously. Pear, something, cloth. Pretty slay, I'd say. This is all subtractive, okay? I went in, fucking, then I, with my eraser, and this is, like, yeah. Pretty proud of it. Not gonna lie. Okay. Then the next assignment he wanted us to do is charcoal again, but this is thumbnails. But he wanted us to also use white chalk on it as well. So this is me trying to figure out what kind of composition to do. I almost cried trying to find a composition because we got unlucky, okay? We got the bad side of the room because the other side of the room got everything front facing, everything looks perfect. And the back side's like, oh, this fucking sucks. And I was struggling, okay? But then this came to me, okay? We had to get specific paper for this. Like, we had to buy a sheet of paper separately for this. Look at that. This is the very first one that's landscape that I've ever done. You see that shit? Look at that animal skull. Look at the vase, man. Look at that vase. That looks like a vase. This is a log. This is a fake bird, another fake bird. And look at this candle, man. It's made out of glass. That shit was hard. I'm pretty proud of this, okay? Next, the last assignment, which I just did. Fuck! I don't have it with, ow! I don't have it with me. I'll have to show it to you guys. Here's a photo. So let me explain this assignment. We had to go outside, take pictures of trees, and then draw 3 or more of those trees, okay, and composite it all. And slay, okay. I hated this assignment, not gonna lie. Well, no, I did. I hated it a bit. Not only a little bit. I think that a good part of me was scared because this is the first time that we were focusing a lot on texture, and I'm like, I don't know how to do that. But it ended up okay. One thing you should know is I'm going to basically a STEM school, kind of. I'm going to a party school, like a school for people who are broke. And its main focus is STEM. I didn't go to art school, okay? Because that would be too expensive, and yeah. So, what's it like? Our building is in shambles, okay? We got leaky ceilings. We have really old plumbing, so whenever you try and mix hot and cold water, it just goes hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. And yeah, so if you go to a school where they actually don't put any funding, like art isn't their focus, you're gonna have probably a similar situation. Yeah, which sucks, but it is what it is. I also did a digital art course, which is color and 2D design, which I loved as well. We did a bunch of stuff. Most of it was Illustrator, okay? The only illustration that we did was, or a digital painting we did was at the very end, which I really loved that assignment, but most of it was Illustrator, which is okay. But it wasn't just making logos, which is honestly all I want. So I still had a fun time. I had a really good first semester. The only class I had trouble with is European history, because it's making me do so much work, even more than what my friend who's a history major has to do in his history class. What the fuck? So, kind of glad to be out of that class, but I won 2nd place in my drawing class. We had a little art competition for the tree trunk, and I won 2nd place. Honestly, I don't really know how I did that, because it's kind of crazy, because, like, you know, all through middle school and high school, there's, like, only a few good artists, okay? And it's kind of rare for all the good artists to be together in their art classroom, okay? But then, in college, you enter this art classroom, and everyone's so good, and you're like, oh, haha, oh boy. And so, but I still won 2nd place. I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know how. But, and I got an A+ on that tree assignment. Kicked my ass a little bit, but it's okay. I had a lot of fun this semester, and I can't wait for the next one. Next one, I'm taking figure drawing and oil painting. Super excited. I'm also taking art history again, but this time for Renaissance art. The art history course I took during the fall semester was arts of the 20th century, but now it's going to be Renaissance art. So, and my teacher is, like, from Canada, and she, like, hates it in the United States, and she's so liberal, and I love her so much. But she's, like, really old, and she's going to be retiring, like, in 2025, and I'm like, no, you're so base, please don't. But whatever, it's chill. It's chill. I love college. Yippee! Yippee! I love you guys, and I will continue making videos. Sorry, this is, like, kind of lazy. I'm trying to just get back into the groove of things. Okay, so I'm probably no longer going to make, like, hour-long video essays anymore, because they just don't do good. And my content may be lazy, but I don't care. Someday I will be not lazy, eventually, hopefully. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys are having a good week since I last saw you. It's been a week, right? No, I live streamed this week. Wow. And I made a video this week. Fun. And let me know what you think about, like, how I explained that. Like, do you think that you would want more of these updates on my art in the future? Because I would totally do that, okay? And if you ever want, like, advice for, like, art in university or at a college, I will do my best to answer your questions because I think it's important to talk about how it actually is. So, one good thing is, so far, my art classes have not been overly critical. Whenever I go on social media and they say, when I go to art class and my teacher gives me an F, even though I spent 27 hours on it and it looks really good, my teachers weren't super critical. At all, actually. This is probably because it's non-art school, but I do know that teachers, like, do care. Like, they aren't just gonna give you an A for nothing. Like, they are critical, but, you know, probably not as critical as an art school because art school is, like, professionalism, fucking locked in 25/7. You know? But, yeah. I'll see you in the next video. Don't know what's gonna be. Who knows? But I will see you guys later. Comment down below what you thought of this video. Like, subscribe, please. And I will see you. Bye-bye.